country. And John Blake joins us to chat us through a little bit about what he's been involved with racing to school. John, always good to speak to you. Good morning.
Yes, hello again, Martin. 4 years we've been. I think we've chatted every year the 4 years of National Race Week, but great to be back again. So, say it as you say, 9 days, a bit like one of your working weeks.
I wish. As regards the initiative itself, John, just remind viewers what was the driving factor behind it.
Well, yes, I mean it really was the brainchild, as viewers may know, of the trainer Richard Phillips, who was very aware of days for all sorts of things, National Squirrel Day and National this day and that day, and really questioned why the sport hadn't got a similar sort of celebration for racehorses, and that idea quickly accelerated into the idea of a week. And really, over the last 4 years, it is really just taken off. I mean, over 50,000 people have been part of National Racehorse Week in its 4 years. There's 13,000 public spaces available this year. It's bookended, as people may know, by the Malton Open Day and the Sir Henry Cecil weekend at Newmarket at the end of the 15th. And you know, the idea behind it really is for not just trainers, but studs and aftercare facilities as well, with training centres, to open their doors to engage the public, not in any sort of converting sort of way, but just to let people see what goes on, talk to the staff, view for themselves how horses are really the stars of the show, and how they are completely prioritised when it comes to their care, and how important that is and fundamental. This is, although it's a commercial sport, the way the horses are looked after is anything but that. And we're very pleased with Racing to School. We work, as people may know, with thousands of young children, young people right across the country, primarily with schools, but in other groups as well. And we've been able to blend in some of our activity at the beginning of this new school year to National Racehorse Week. And you mentioned earlier about Oisin having a full book at Lingfield. Well, he'll be cheered on by Brookhill Park School pupils this afternoon, because we have a Racing to School day there today. And up at Catterick this morning, the pupils at Cambrai Primary School have been with Jed and Andrew O'Keefe at their Highbeck Lodge stables, and they'll be going off to Catterick to see the real thing in action this afternoon. So it's been great to link all of that, so the children get a real sense of where horses live and where they work.
And how does that work, John? Do the schools come to you and say, we'd like to get involved, or do you work contacting schools to get them into racing?
Well, it's a great question. I mean, we don't really advertise, and it sounds a bit odd to say, but we have a lot of repeat business. For example, we've got a double header pupils on Friday. Wood Memorial Primary School at Chester. They're going to Chester for a Racing to School day on Friday, and then later this month they'll go to see Hugo Palmer, Michael Owen's Yard, Manor House Stables to complete that visit, and they've done that now for a few years. So we've got some new schools. We've got a nice spread of schools as well. So we're always looking to go out in the community and find, if you like, some the harder to reach schools. But we do have a lot of regulars, if you like, because of their proximity to either a racecourse or training facility or a stud, for example. But I'm pleased to say that Race to School overall will hopefully reach 17,000 young people this year, which is another record for us. So we are adding schools the whole time, and we're always looking to take on new schools. And National Racehorse Week is a great opportunity for people to get excited about that, in particular the schools and those members of the public who will go to one of those 104 events that are on over the next 9 days.
And what, from your experience, John, have been involved with this for quite some time now, what is the takeaway for the children that get to go racing? What do you find them coming away saying at the end of the day?
Oh, well, that's great. I mean, I always say to anybody, any colleague of mine, if you're having a rubbish day, rubbish week, come to a Racing to School day, because you'll see the joy, you'll hear the excitement. The size of a racehorse, the smell of a racehorse, the whole atmosphere, the excitement of it, the fact that it's accessible to them. They may drive past it on their way to school each day, but have no idea what a racecourse is. But actually, when the doors are open, they get the VIP treatment. It's a very exciting environment. And obviously, we want them to come back with parents and friends, carers, etc. And so we get an overwhelmingly positive response, not just from the children, but the adults that are with them. And the idea is then that they will establish some sort of relationship with the sport in all sorts of ways. Some it may even be riding at Linkfield in a few years' time. You never know. But if they have a positive view of it, and I think that's what National Racehorse Week is about, is just letting people decide for themselves, whether you're a child or someone who's retired, is to think, well, is this a cruel sport? Is it really? How are these horses looked after? How are they prioritised? The staff are so dedicated to each stage of their life, the stud, in the training facility, and in the aftercare as well. And I think overwhelmingly, the evaluation tells us that people have 90% plus have a very positive view of horse racing, having experienced horses in their non-racing environment. And I think that's true of young people as well. And it's just, they've got that excitement that we've all had for many years, but to get it when you're young and keep hold of it is a wonderful thing.
And it's as you touch on there, John, I guess, not just the children themselves, but it's the kids going home and saying to mum or dad or to grandma, that was really good today. Can we go racing on Saturday?
Well, absolutely. And again, we can't say it often enough, Martin. Under 18s go free. I take my son to football and cricket. He doesn't go free. So, it's good value for the day. It's several hours of entertainment. The racecourses now are so alive to the other activities they offer to all age groups, but in particular young people. The things that are laid on that they can do in between races. Jockeys are becoming far more accessible and recognisable. You want them to feel this is not necessarily going to replace maybe some of their other interests, but be part of what they think of doing on a weekend or during the summer holidays, the Easter break, the half terms, whatever it might be. Is that this is something you can do relatively cost effectively. You can have a great day for all the family. It's safe, it's fun, and they're seeing horses. And, as we know, in this urbanized world, a lot of young people may see a horse on a TV or perhaps a police horse somewhere, but they probably wouldn't have any other interaction with horses. And racing just provides that such a unique access.
And John, if people want to find out more about your initiative or the week as a whole, what resource can they look up?
Well, if I may just plug the fact that spaces are still available for National Racehorse Week. As I said, around 70 trainers' yards, as well as studs and aftercare places are available. So nationalracehorseweek.uk is available. And for us, racingtoschool.co.uk as well. All our news and events are there. And we're always in the market for new schools, and we'll always try and squeeze people in. And it's a great week, this, and I would urge anyone to get involved in any way they can.
And the week itself, John, there is a website we can look at as well.
Yes, nationalracehorseweek.uk, and it's pretty simple to use. Pop in a postcode, and you're off and running.
Good stuff, John. Many thanks for joining us. You're off to Linkfield yourself this afternoon?
No, but off to Donny later this week, which will be fun. And we do have a community day there on tomorrow. In fact, Paul Hannigan's going to be talking to the young people about his time as being a jockey. So again, everyone getting involved, whether you're a current jockey or a past jockey like Paul. I mean, a tremendous rider, great communicator, and the kids are in for a treat at Donny on Wednesday.
Good stuff, John. Many thanks. Enjoy it.
Thanks so much, Martin.
So National Racehorse Week does continue to